What is up guys, welcome to this very new channel. I like to build a good community here with funny and interesting videos. There will be vlogs, gaming and training videos and basically everything that you guys want to see. You can suggest topics and share ideas in connection with the contents you would like to see. Please subscribe and be part of the evolution of a brand new channel. And our first project is the building of a reasonably cheap gaming PC. As you can imagine, it cannot run the latest titles on full graphics, but with a little compromise we can play basically with everything we want. And now the parts. I choose AMD's AA series 7600 APU Crucius Ballistic Tactical with 1866 MHz of speed and a very good cache latency of 9. Our motherboard is a FM2 Plus monster from Gigabyte that is the F2A8AXM with AMD's top-notch A88X chipset. The power will be supplied by a 350 watt unit from FSP with a 85 plus bronze certification. The heat will be handled by an Arctic Freezer 13 cooler that supports CPUs even with a 140 watt TDP, which is more than the double of our crazy AMD APU's consumption. Finally, to run our OS smooth, V300 series 120GB SSD will help us. As you can see, you can buy these puppies on Amazon for about $327. However, I've seen other markets where the power supply costs half, around $35. If we are going to details, you can see that our 7600 unit is somewhere in the middle of AMD APUs. It has 10 cores altogether, from which 4 are CPU cores and 6 are GPU cores. It runs at 3.1 GHz, but it can reach 3.8 with turbo setting. The IGP runs at 720 MHz and supports RAMs with the speed of 2131 MHz. The total power consumption is 65 watts. If we compare this unit with the A10 7800, we can see that we have the same IGP but with less GPU unit. The 7800 runs on a little bit higher base clock, but other than that, nothing is significantly better. Our motherboard with the AMD A88X chipset can handle the latest AMD APUs, and there's USB 3 connection on it and has 2 memory slots for future upgrade. To be honest, 8GB of RAM is kind of mandatory nowadays, and keep in mind that our IGP is using part of our RAM as memory. So we'll have 3.5 gigs of RAM for Windows and half a gigabyte for the IGP. I think Crucius RAMs are excellent for gaming. Our RAM here is running at 1866 MHz, it looks cool and has a cache latency of 9, that is very important in our case. Our system will be fast, reliable, and hopefully we are going to get decent FPS in the games. And I don't want to go into details with our SSD, it's enough to know that it's an SSD and it's fast, and that's all. The power supply is more than enough to handle the need for power. If you like to upgrade this rig in the future with a new VGA, you can do it without any problem. The Arctic Freezer can handle hot-headed processors, so handling a 65 watt APU would be nothing. Thanks for its PWM function, you will barely hear during gaming. I think I covered everything. In the next episode I'm going to assemble this beast and then it will be ready to fight for FPS. I hope you enjoyed this video, hit thumbs up if yes, and don't forget to subscribe because there's many more to come. Stay tuned and don't forget, dream big.